Technology has driven our world to a drastic state of vulnerability. With the proliferation of government and corporate surveillance, personal information is targeted and tracked with unimaginable reach. But in this age of rapidly eroding privacy, there are some who have dedicated themselves to the effacement of the digital self. They are the self-appointed guardians of internet morality, executing aggressive campaigns for social justice by the power of the crowd. They are a screaming cry for reform to the complacent, and a flaming light of revelation to the covert. While they demand transparency of government and corporate institutions, they themselves remain hidden in the shadows of the cyber world. Utilizing the digital screen as a mask, they possess an unbridled authority and instant escape from jeopardy. They possess anonymity.
We are anonymous. We are legion.
Anonymous has no who. It exists not as a group, but a movement, aspiring to the most honest definition of a leaderless organization. Renouncing all individual recognition, Anonymous promotes the anti-celebrity with strict devotion only to its ideology. Allowing anyone to call its name, Anonymous is dynamic in its portrayal. This is their strength, and this is their fault. The actions of Anonymous fall between the cracks of cyber warfare and political advocacy, manifesting as unstoppable cyber infiltrations with intent to dissuade and cripple targeted organizations. Anonymous thrives in the era of hacktivism. Riding the line between rational and reckless, legal and illegal, these acts of cyber vandalism often expose where authority falls short and fails to act. Anonymous is reactive and adaptable, riding the wings of current events with vigilance and poised strike. Anonymous is more powerful and relevant than ever. For this force, the voice of none is stronger than the voice of one.
Greetings, people of the world. We are Anonymous.
We are the ones who look up the information. You need to see the truth. All of your data from your phones to all the TV programs you watch are monitored by the government to keep track of everything that you do. Once they have your information, there is nothing you can do about it. You cannot run and you cannot hide from them.
We are Anonymous. Our legion. Do not forgive. We do not forget. It is too late to expect us.
Many of you keyboard warriors have sat back and done nothing, but we expose truth, information, and put the fight back in your hands. We are declaring war on all political fascists. If you want to stop hiding and do something, then join the fight. We are Anonymous. We are Legion. Join us.
The people are listening. Expect us.
Forgive me if my comment is not going to talk the right way. I think now, more than ever, everyone should recognize that Democrats are not our friends. I listened for the last 3 days to Democrats, Sam McKenzie, the Chisholm, Parkinson, trash us as racists. I've never had anybody call me a racist. And for the last 3 days, all I have heard from them is how this is the most racist place. One of them is white supremacy. Good Lord, we have to realize they are not our friends. They can smile, man, that doesn't mean I can't be polite to them, but they are not our friends. They destroy the republic and the foundation of who we are, or we preserve it. That is the reality where we are right now. And if these last 3 days have not proven that, you need to find a new job. There's never been a more important time for us to be unified. There's 75 of us Let them call the names they're gonna call. Then we need to move forward. We need to pass the gun bill. We need to pass the pronoun bill, wherever Mark is. Man, we do not slow down because of their crap. We can't. The only way we move forward with some sort of unity is to call out what happened on the House floor the other night. I feel like we were hung out to dry by a couple of members. And Jody, I'm just gonna say it here because you signed the letter. You straight up came to me and said you were 100% where I was. And you went on the House floor and you did the opposite. Man, you hung us out to dry. And I like you personally. This is not personal. And if Brian Terry was here, I'd say the same thing to him. This would have been bad anyway, but dear God, we brought the racism into it because you didn't stay with us. But I need to know, and I don't want to hear why there wasn't a preponderance of evidence or an attorney. I need to know why you flipped your vote at the last minute. You didn't let them know beforehand. Giving Johnny a 15-minute heads up doesn't cut it. And if Brian Terry was here, I want to hear from him too. I have to know.
Can we kick the staff out? This is the place to say, I haven't lied to anybody, not one time, and it pisses me off to suggest that I have, and some of my friends in here suggested that I lied, and that's bullcrap. I walked into that room to vote to expel all three of them, just like all y'all. And the letter that I sent to the speaker, it says exactly what it says. Throw the book at it, everything you got. It doesn't say expulsion, it's not in there, but doesn't matter. I was ready. I was walking in that room ready to go before we ever started on Jones. I got a list of questions from Johnny Garrett. Johnny says, you're on the list that the speaker has to ask questions. Sat there through Jones, made notes. I went to Johnny and said, Johnny, can I go off script? Johnny says, yeah, go for it. Speaker never called me. We voted. I hit the green vote because that's what I'm there for. Then we get into Florida, and immediately the questions start coming up about the resolution. I know what she did. I know that she did broke the rules. And I know that she deserves to be expelled. We got to do it right. And that wasn't right. While this is going on, Reader came to my desk and said, hey, you think we're doing good? I said, no. We haven't established the case. Gino's had 2 cracks at her, and the only thing he's established is that she stood at the well. That's it. It didn't fix any of the problems with the resolution. He didn't establish that she'd been here 10 years or 12 years and knew the books better than the others did. Why were we still in session? Because we're in between bills. Why did you get gaveled out of order? Because the speaker had to get order. Was disorderly conduct and caused chaos in this whole place. That line of questioning is exactly what I told the leader I needed to ask, because we don't have it right now. He didn't sit there and say, you need to vote yes anyway. He didn't quit my vote. He walked off. He didn't go to the speaker and tell the speaker to call on me. So if you're all going to come all at me and single me out, and only 3 of y'all call me this weekend to check on me, I'm going to defend myself. I told leadership what was going on. I told them I had problems. I had questions. I had a plan to fix it. When the question got called, I went to Johnny. I said, John, do we have the vote? He said, well, nobody else changes their vote. We should be fine. Why are you not going to vote yes? I explained it. Now I went back to my desk. I sat there and had my internal debate on what to do. Then the bell rang. I'm concerned that I'm going to vote yes on a resolution that I know is wrong. We didn't establish that she did all that other stuff. All we established is she walked from there to there. Much as I hate to get John Ray any credit for anything, the smartest thing he said the whole season I've been up here. Darren Jernigan in the back of the room says, we can't vote on a resolution that's poorly drafted. And he's right. It's more that we were screwing it up and put my name on something that I knew that was going to be in the annals of history as being wrong. No different than some Democrat is going to be on a jury for Donald Trump and vote to convict him even though they know that the vote is indicted. This resolution's got copied and pasted. All they changed was the name. She didn't do the things that were in the resolution.
I said, oh, great, Mr. Speaker, have you on the list? You said, yes. I walked away your desk, never dreaming that you were going to know. I just thought you had some other questions that were going to build the case. And I didn't mean to like walk off without getting additional information. I didn't take it that you were throwing oxygen at that time, but I knew you had some questions. I mean, to sign a letter and then for the other 65 of us to all think it's the right thing, I get that you feel strong enough. I mean, at this point, do you feel strong that you did the right thing, or is there any party that feels bad about that the rest of us got hung out to dry?
1,000% I did the right thing. I went back and watched it. I watched the video. Bottom line is you went into that chamber, we had a slim vote count. You went into that chamber, you were a yes. And you straight up asked me, are you 100% where I am? And I said, I'm all 3 expelled no matter what. You said we're in the same spot. It hung us out to dry. 1 vote. And if Terry was here, I did the same thing to him.
We had the jury already. This obviously wasn't a trial. But I knew every single one of your vote counts. I knew that we did not have to convince you all. When you came up to me, about 2 minutes left of Gloria's final closing, and said we didn't do it, I was shocked. in my humble opinion, her, by moving from her desk to the well without petition, without being recognized, was enough for me to figure out how I was going to get off expulsion. So I was taken back. I was also taken back that you wanted to ask me questions because that would make a difference. It's going to take some time for all of us to digest your reasoning to Pearson. I wanted to tell him protesting from the middle of the well is a one-way conversation. No legislation in the history of the world has ever been passed under protest. It's always a two-way conversation. And that's been lost. And they reduced each and every one of us, including each and every one of our constituents, to sometimes a simple protest. And so that to me was paramount of what all three of them did by virtue of that simple walk from Gloria's desk in the middle of the well without that permission, really regardless of what the resolutions did say. I think we do understand how important we all are when a hot vote is like it was and then you change. Surprise is one, it's a difficult thing to do. There's gonna have to be, I think, some time before there's probably some trust reestablished. I would know that I had to convince you all. I think Gino, I think Anna, I think others that we all felt that process would have been handled a whole lot differently. That's when the element of surprise because that's not surprise me. All of a sudden we had to convince the members after we had asked them so much what they were on it.
I've taken positions up here against leadership. If you believe Gloria's resolution was wrong, you have the right to file an amendment and go talk to leadership. I think the problem we have is if we don't stick together, if you don't believe we're at war for our republic, with all love and respect to you, you need a different job. The left wants Tennessee so bad because if they get us to Southeast votes, and it's game over for the republic. This is not a neighborhood social gathering. We are fighting for the republic of our country right now. And the world is staring at us. Are we going to stand our ground? I've got multiple phone calls from other representatives going, we sure hope you guys stand up, because maybe you'll give us the courage to stand up and push back against what's going to destroy our republic. You should have told leadership ahead of time, if you had time. My God, when you change your mind, you should have been screaming in the speaker's ear, how does that affect your? If Brian Terry was standing here, I would be telling Brian Terry, you should have went to the speaker and said, I'm changing my vote. And if it put us at 65, somebody would have taken you behind the dais and explained to you why this is important. But it would have given us the opportunity to not throw the rest of us under the bus. I've been called a racist, a misogynist, a white supremacist more in the last 2 months of my life than I had my entire life. By golly, I'm biting my tongue. I'm telling you, Mr. Speaker, with all due respect, these days are very thin right now. And I'm going to have to swallow this to see Mr. Jones back up here walking these hallowed halls that the greats of Tennessee stood in and watched them disrespect this state that I chose to move to. And by golly, it's got to stop. I'm sorry for getting angry here. My father was D-Day +4, and he fought for this freaking country, and many of his friends died. You got to do what's right. Even if you think it might be wrong, you got to do what's right. And you got to protect this freaking republic here in Tennessee, or you know what? I'll go to hell home. I'm getting freaking gray hair sitting here listening to this bullshit. I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm getting sick of this. Do the right thing for the people of Tennessee, and we'll come out smelling like a rose. Fight for the people of Tennessee.
Many of you keyboard warriors have sat back and done nothing, but we expose truth, information, and put the fight back in your hands. We are declaring war on all political fascists. If you want to stop hiding and do something, then join the fight. We are anonymous. We are Legion. Join us.
Alright, y'all. So, I brought you the Tennessee stuff before, but Anonymous has entered the motherfucking chat. Let me show you. Hold on. So, if you're not aware, Anonymous made a video not too long ago. I don't know if y'all follow them, saying that they were starting to drop info on the GOP. And when I say they're not fooling around, this was on their Twitter feed. It says, why the GOP racists? It's very simple. They have been allowed to get away with their white nationalist systematic agenda for far too long. Anonymous and 80 million Americans have had enough. Expect us. Okay, so they have something they call the bin. It says Anonymous has a dark web database with right-wing credentials and secrets. Terms of service forbids us to post. MTG, Bertz, Lauren Boebert, Bless77, I'm assuming these are passwords. Clarence Thomas, Cornhub account, and many more GOP shows. You should have expected us. Hold on. These are also some of the names and the amount of information that they have pulled from them or emails. I don't know what all they have, but all I'm saying is Anonymous has entered the chat and they have a history of dropping a lot of info on people. So I'm gonna end with this. Anonymous is about to start dropping them bombs and I'm so ready for it. I fucking love this for them. Anonymous basically a while ago had issued them a warning like, cut your shit or we're gonna get into it. And, the GOP fucked around and they sure are about to find out because while Brian Mnuchin, I don't know how credible his information is, Anonymous is notorious for dropping info on people and they don't play. So, I fucking love this for them. They better fucking cut it the fuck out. But either way, Anonymous is still gonna drop the info, so waiting for it.
So apparently last night, Elon Musk got really, really mad at Anonymous and banned their main account. So they just fired up one of their other ones and posted this. This is Trump, who GOP supports. Anonymous, OP-GOP, Operation GOP. She was 13-year-old virgin. Trump went first, tied her up with nylons. Then Epstein complained, I should have been first. Trump went third and fourth, violently beating her. Charges dropped 5 days before the 2016 election. Family was threatened. So now, posting from Anon Ops United, they tweeted, I'm sure it's nothing that Donald Trump hired Acosta and Barr after making child grape charges magically disappear. Nothing to see here, MAGA. And in this meme, and here's the meme in question. 1, Barr's dad hired Jeff Epstein at Dalton. 2, Trump accused of graping children at Epstein's New York mansion. 3, Epstein's former employee corroborates the grapes. 4, Alex Acosta shuts down investigation into Epstein's multiple child grape charges. 5, Trump appoints Acosta labor secretary and Barr AG. And here's some of the information that was dropped. Here's actual flight logs and blown up so you can see it for yourself. Now, they weren't done. They went after Rafael Edward Cruz. Appears you feel Ted Cruz, Anonymous, OPGOP, are wanted for crimes against the people of Texas and the United States. F fascists. So all you got to do is go over to Twitter and you'll be able to find this information yourself. I mean, it's public information now. And we'll end with this anonymous tweet. Hashtag Anonymous will not and cannot be censored. Hashtag OPGOP, moving full steam ahead. Anonymous worldwide united, revolution against the system. So it appears that we are heavily into the fuck around and find out stage for the entire GQP.
So the 2024 presidential election is coming up. Do you know your choice? Big government or small government? Republican or Democrat? When making this very important decision, make sure to choose your candidate wisely. Don't choose someone out of spite or what the media says. Choose someone who speaks good values. Someone who has good morals. Someone who understands what the everyday person goes through. Someone who can stand up in the face of fear. Don't believe those who don't understand what being poor is. The rich are the master of deceiving. The media will tell you who they want in office. It's your decision. Are you the sheep, or are you the wolf? This is your warning.